Yo, what's happening? What's going on, everybody? We just right before we got on, we had a discussion if I started the washing machine.
You know how men be weaponized incompetence.
Hey, no,
pretending like they never did laundry until they met you.
No, that's not it.
Now you got to do it because they don't know how to do it.
No, that's not it. First of all, second of all,
what is it then?
Spider-Man got a stranglehold on your boy.
Before Spider-Man, where were you?
Look, let's get this.
See, you started it. You started it.
I didn't even start nothing.
You did. You said before we started, we were talking about laundry.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't saying nothing. The floodgates are open now, baby.
Damn. Wow. First 36 seconds, I got put on shame.
I mean.
Anyway, I got a did you know? Because this is
a trivia question.
No. It's a did you know? I'm getting it right because people want smoke out here nowadays. Clearly, the first minute of the episode. Wow. Did y'all know that you can get a second free library card here in Chicago with some really dope information?
Yeah.
Did y'all know that?
They didn't know.
Yeah, because y'all didn't know, and I'm on smoke because I can't argue with Sarah, is y'all get this.
Damn.
That's how I take out my frustration.
I want you to look at how far into the episode people listened this week.
Ooh, that's
see how many people logged off after that.
Right, yeah, right. Hey, look, shoot, we made
30% of listens are a minute 27.
Hey,
we're not here for this.
Yeah, guess what I'm about to do for y'all?
Play the intro.
77 flavors. Let's get it.
It's Sarah.
And it's Dario.
And we traveled through all of Chicago's 77 community areas. We shared some great stories and took you to our favorite restaurants.
But you know what? There's more Chicago history and food to discover.
So join us as we connect you to the greatest city in the world.
You know why? Because this is 77 Flavors of Chicago. Man, we almost hit a clean 2 minutes with that one.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. Pretty good. Welcome to a new week, y'all. New episode, new week. Whenever you listen to it, I hope y'all doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Yeah,
I had a great day today.
Yeah. The question? What was the best part of your week?
Today has been actually this whole week has been great. We had the opportunity to check out a ton of new restaurants this week. Yeah. Sometimes PR companies will reach out to us and ask us to go and check out some restaurants, and we do because
yeah.
Because why not?
Hey.
And so we tried a ton of places. Volo Wine was so cute.
Volo Wine.
These are non-paid.
Right.
Volo Wine was really cool. It's like I wouldn't recommend the food per se because it's like pretty expensive. So it's like I would say like the snacks were probably better and the wine. But that was cute. And then today was the highlight of my week. Today was my sister's birthday.
Hey, you get one of these. And Sama.
It's funny. She thinks she's old and she's like 23.
Get out of here. Don't swear with that. You know what? I smoked this week. Smoke.
But it was her birthday today. We, as a family, love musicals, and Hamilton is in town, so I got her Hamilton tickets, and so we went and we saw Hamilton.
This is like your second or third time seeing it?
Second.
Dang.
Yeah. But the first time I went, the seats weren't great. This time I was like, I want to get nice seats. So we did Orchestra Center, which is expensive.
Orchestra Center?
Yeah. But it was expensive, but the view was amazing. And so like if we like musicals. It's her birthday. I thought, why not splurge a little bit. And then we went to Chinatown for dinner. She loves that area. So we went to MCCB, Modern Chinese Kitchen. Chinese cookbook.
Okay, I was about to say kitchen begin with K.
MCCB, which was like on the Michelin Guide for like 4 years in a row. And we had great food. And we had it was a fun day.
That sounds like a lot that went on today.
Yeah.
Actually, y'all.
It was two things.
It's probably like my first time seeing Sarah in like 8 hours.
Yeah, more actually. More. I left at like 11:30.
Yeah.
What was the highlight of your week? You said
Spider-Man.
not seeing you today.
No.
Playing Spider-Man for 8 hours straight.
Don't do that.
Stop buzzing me. No, stop it.
Yeah, but because you said Spider-Man.
Wow.
Spider-Man. I've been waiting for that game to come out.
I know you have.
Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for it. I did all my homework early, did everything, finished all my work. I got it done. And I sat down, y'all, when I tell you, your boy locked in for a long time. I don't get many times like that.
You don't. I mean, let me explain something. Dario works 7 days a week. Like every single day he works. There's not a single day that you don't do work. And so, like, you don't play video games as often as you would probably like.
Before the podcast, I was on video games,
but not even that much. You would go and like you would play for like a week or two, and then you wouldn't play for like 6 months. So like the now you even have less time, so like you're playing less.
But yeah,
but Spider-Man got you in the chokehold almost as much as when Zelda came out.
Zelda always gonna get me in the chokehold every single time. I'm still not finished with the game. I still got to go back in. I'm not even joking.
You take breaks from.
No. With this one, I took a purposeful break.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get trapped in that no more. If I get locked into that again, new Super Mario came out. I want to get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't get into Zelda. I can't do Zelda no more. Yeah. Zelda Spider-Man might be Starfield. That one kind of fizzled out. I didn't think it was gonna fizzle out this early. I mean, I'm gonna go back and play it, but like it's kind of monotonous. Yeah. You know, if y'all join here to hear about Chicago history, it's coming. But no, we just had to go over our day. We hope y'all had a good week. You know what I mean? Previous week, you're gonna have a better week. We gonna speak it into existence. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yes. There you go. We're manifesting it for you.
Yeah. We went and did something a little different. The trivia question today was, did you know that there's a second library you can get a card at?
Second free library card.
Free library that's open to the public.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's other public libraries, and I know there are. You know what I mean? You got the Arts Bank over in off Stony Island. So there's more. But this one is kind of like one of those. I don't want to say bigger ones, but it's a historic one. Yeah, very historic. Huge. Yeah. We are talking about the Newberry Library, y'all.
Yeah.
Newberry Library.
And near North Side.
Near North Side, you know. So that's what we're talking about.
Does that also get that?
Nah. Yeah. Nah, that didn't even feel good. That's why you heard the slight pause.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue the same way.
No, it don't. So sorry. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But the Newberry Library, if you haven't heard of it, it is a very, very old library here in Chicago. It is more than just under 150 years, like 140 years or so. No. I was
gonna say like
100.
Did they celebrate 125?
153 years. 145 years old.
Damn, math is kicking.
Actually, no, you know, because I'm trying to remember what is 145 years old because it opened.
Yeah, 1877, 146.
146. There we go. So it's almost as old as the Chicago Public Library.
Yeah, Public Library is 150 this year.
Yeah. So reason why we're bringing that up is because this library, reason why it's important, I guess we're kind of working backwards with this one. It's because this has it's got 600 years of history inside this library.
Correct.
Artifacts like Bibles, old kind of stuff. We'll talk about what's in there, you know, after we tell you the story. 27 and a half miles.
It's crazy.
Of books and things you can check out.
Yeah.
You can't check out, but
right,
things you can look at.
You can look at.
So where's this library? Like, what's the story of this library you never heard of in Chicago? Let's break it down. So there was a guy named Walter Newberry who had an idea, and this is very interesting actually, now that I think about this.
Yeah.
He had an idea for a free library before the Chicago Public Library did it. Now, I'm sure the thought process was right around the same time, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, his idea was to create something like the Chicago Public Library.
Yeah, free
multiple spaces for people to go.
Yes, that was his idea. And so, y'all, he went on expeditions overseas. He had a huge library collection of his own that he was going to start this library out. Right. He had it pinned down, and he had this idea of that free library, right? Now, what happened was he was on a voyage to France in 1868.
Yep.
And he died at sea.
Damn.
Right. But now here's the thing. When he died at sea, he only left in his will that he wanted his kids
to continue
this, and kind of gave them the idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and his wife, right? But he wanted his kids to really keep take over and do this thing, right? So 1868, he died. However, his kids also died.
Damn.
Like, his kids also died before the library opened, okay?
And then his wife died.
And then his wife died. So, reason why we're bringing all that up is because everybody that knew the plans died. Nobody else knew the plan that he wanted. So they all passed away. Now, to make matters even worse, you remember the when I said that he had his own huge collection that he was going to kind of kick this off with.
Yep.
There was this thing called the Great Chicago Fire that happened 3 years later after his death.
Damn.
On top of his family dying, all that shit burned down. So there,
I'm curious if there's any documentation of what was actually in his collection.
Man,
and like
what was there?
Lost. Because while we were at the library, we actually spoke to one of the people that works there, and he said Newberry Library is one of 4 independently owned libraries in the United States. One in D.C., one in New York, one in California, and then one in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And they're between the 4 individuals that started those privately owned public libraries, I guess privately owned libraries, right? Yeah. They would like go to auctions together and like kind of like
they were like
compete over who gets who outbids who on what. So I wonder if there's like records of the things that he had in his collection that
somewhere
burnt up, because he was fighting with other people.
Well, he wasn't really doing a lot of fighting. The other 2 were doing big fighting, right? Like they were doing fighting. But I have something else actually along those lines. Here's a fun fact for y'all, and for you. You probably didn't know this, but I just found this out. Did y'all know that there was actually another one of these styles of library that actually got taken over by the University of Chicago?
Oh.
The John Crerar Library, Crerar. Crerar. Yeah, Crerar Library. It was the same style as the Newberry Library, but it is now part of the collection at University of Chicago.
Wow.
And the reason why that's important is because at this time, that library and the Newberry Library, even though they weren't a part of the Chicago Public Library, they worked together to not have the same stuff.
Wow.
So, fun fact there's another one. So, anybody from the University of Chicago or working there, or if you work there, you probably know this history. But yeah, go there and check it out. Cool. That was a former privately owned public library. So, public, weird. But yeah, so everything burned down, y'all. Y'all probably like, how is this library going to get off the ground?
Right.
Yeah, that was kind of like what we were thinking. But his estate, when everybody in the family had died down, so the lawyers and everything like that, people that kind of took over the residences, they kind of had this idea and said, hey, let's continue this with some vision of our own. We don't have anything to go off of, but we'll make something happen. And they hired a guy by the name of William Poole, Poole. They hired him, and he was kind of, along with the other 2 members of the estate, which, fun fact, you can go there and they still have stuff from them.
Yeah.
There are, things there that you can go look at. But William Poole, he not only became like the lead designer of what the vision is going to be look like. He was also the first librarian for the Newberry Library, right? So the library eventually did open in 1887, and it was
77.
1887. Oh. So it had because it was after Chicago Fire, remember? Well after. Yeah, I know. I just said. I was like, damn, it is after. No, but what happened was, William Poole said, hey, look, let's do this. They had a temporary library, right? Mm-hmm. They had a bunch of temporary libraries, 3 of them, before they came to the location that it is right now.
Yeah.
And he was like the big designer of how that building looked. They hired a guy by the name of Henry Ives Cobb, and Henry Ives Cobb was the architect. And he designed the building as it is right now. And then that's when the permanent home, again, where it is now, 1931, that's when it moved to 1831. It moved to that location right there. And that location opened up in 1893.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I'm confused on the dates.
Yeah. I mean.
So that means it was after the Chicago Public Library.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was well after.
So it's only 136 years, not 146 years. I thought it was 1877.
No, yeah, 18.
Okay, so 136
yeah.
years.
There you go. Yeah, we correct ourselves. Yeah. So it opened up after after all that is kind of happened. Yeah. But
wow, that was a good sentence.
I lost my train of thought. But in that area, what I was going to say, in that area is Washington Square Park.
Right.
And so we learned a fun fact about this is that there was so much soot and dust in the air from a lot of things happening.
Well, there was a factory right next door.
There was a factory.
And that was kind of emitting that into the air.
Yeah.
It was a coal factory or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it turned the building brown.
Yeah.
And then they built the adjacent building, which is kind of like, think of like an annex to the building. It's just where they house a lot of the archival stuff that you can still look at, but it's not accessible to the public. That building was built to be dark brown to match the building, and then they cleaned it, they power washed it, and they're like, oh,
this building is not brown.
It's pink marble.
Yeah, that's
and it's
wild.
not brown.
Yeah,
so they don't match anymore.
No, yeah. That's
the
crazy.
building was beautiful. It also, the building stands on the site of the only house, which is the Ogden residence, that remained standing after the Chicago fire, that was in the path of the fire. And this is kind of like a urban myth that these people that worked in the house, well, 2 reasons they believe that it still stood, and this is not confirmed, it's just a story, that the garden was so large that it burnt around the garden but did not reach the residents. And then another story says that the servants that lived in the house were hosing the house down and then also like trying to put the fire out as it was lighting up the home. The home doesn't exist anymore. That's where the library stands. But that's wild.
Pretty dope. That is wild. If I would have to believe that it was probably the garden was so large.
But I mean, wouldn't that?
Because like think about back in that day, 1871. You mean to tell me they had that much water to try to keep continuously putting out a fire? For a house.
The Ogdens had money.
That's true, and the houses weren't like massively large.
Who knows? I mean, who knows what the real reason why it didn't burn down was? But
right, yeah, right. But that's a nice little piece of history there. Y'all can go right there. All these plaques are right there on the wall too.
They are. You can see all the plaques. Yeah, everything.
It's pretty dope.
I want to talk a little bit about like what's actually in the library.
Yeah. So that's the history of it. But like we
went inside,
and yes,
and you can too. The library is open to the public. It is completely free, and they often have events in there. So the Chicago Humanities Festival had an event there the day we went, but also there's 2 exhibitions that happen at the same time usually. This month in October, if you're listening to this in October, there was only one, but next month in November there will be a set 2 going on. The one that's happening right now is about race. It's the history of race and the first time that race was even brought up in history, and like all this stuff and documents from 600 years ago. Referencing race and
how they call black people.
Right. It's a very cool exhibit, and it talks about race, slavery in the Middle East and North Africa and Europe, and so it's like a global history of race.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool exhibit. I think it's very important to see, especially if you are
y'all. And some of these, again, think about it, 600 years.
Yeah.
So some of these books are labeled 1400 something.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. And like you see them, they're like they look old as shit. Like,
and there's some from the Spanish conquistador times in Mexico, talking about the segregation of indigenous people of Mexico versus the new Spaniards that came into the area. So a ton of history, 100% free. You can just walk in and go into the exhibit. You don't need any form of anything to get in there. So it's really, really cool. I definitely recommend to check it out on any day that you can. They're closed Sunday and Monday, I believe, but they're open the rest of the week.
Now, you want to tell them how they get the other library card?
Yep. So you also can access the library. The only thing that is required is you have to have a library card. You can do it online at home through the
a Newberry Library card.
Newberry Library card. It's not part of the Chicago Public Library, right?
Right. No.
It is independently owned. So this library card, you can do it online, at home, and when you go in there, I believe they print it out for you. It takes 3 seconds to print.
Yeah.
And you use that to scan into the physical building of the library that houses a lot of these browsing sections. And I believe the second floor is the books that are on the shelf that you can go up and look, and they have a Chicago section, and that was the first thing we stopped at.
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah.
We had to. That Chicago section is out of control.
Yeah,
so first off, they got this huge ass map.
Huge.
Of
From
Chicago,
1833.
1888. And it is a massive map to show you what's going on in that time of Chicago. It's really cool to kind of look and see. But yeah, they also had what was the
genealogy?
Yes, the genealogy of Chicago. Yeah.
So yeah, it's books from I don't know I can't remember how far back it goes, but it's basically
far back,
super far back, and you can look through all of these journals of things that happened, ships that showed up, and people that were born, people that died, businesses, all kinds of stuff. It is super, super cool.
Yeah.
You can spend hours in there. Other than the circulation desks that you can regularly just go up and see, you can't check anything out.
You can't leave the building. You can't even leave a room.
Well,
I mean, you in the room.
There's reading rooms, right?
I guess the second floor, yes.
Yeah. So the second floor you can, but you can't leave the second floor with the books, right? But you can walk around it. Yeah. The third and the fourth floor have a ton of those reading rooms that you can reserve, and then you can actually go online and look through what they have, and you can ask to look at it, right? Yeah. And so when you show up the next day or the same day or whatever, they will pull stuff for you, and you can go into the reading room and then you can look at it. The fourth floor houses a lot of the rare stuff, or the stuff that the first Oscar or stuff like that, wild things
y'all, there's archival stuff here.
Yeah.
For example, there's diaries from people in the slave times.
Yeah.
If they recovered it.
A ton of Shakespeare's original texts.
Original maps from Rand McNally. Yeah. Original maps. Yeah. From them. Now this was probably the one that got me the most. It was back in the Chicago section. They have old documentation and logs of people who worked on the railroad.
Right.
You can actually go and look and see who worked on what day.
They have all the Pullman logs.
Yes.
So they told us that two things. A lot of people don't know they exist, even though they're right there in hidden in plain sight kind of thing. The people that know that they exist are people that are doing research, right? Because it is a very good research resource for things like genealogy and stuff like that. They have so many records, and a lot of donated records. The entire Pullman records are in the library, which is crazy.
Yeah. That's nuts. And not only that, but the Northwest Railroad, you got the what was the Burlington line? Yep. All of them are there.
And they even do things like they do building tours, so you can go tour the actual building. If you are a professor or a teacher, they do offer. So one of the things that they're doing, they have free events there all the time too. But one of the things they're doing is there's a group of students coming in. They're studying Hamlet, and so they're coming in to look at the third edition of
Hamlet.
Of Hamlet.
Bro, they got, and not only that, but y'all, if y'all tweaking over that, they got the first one.
Yeah.
But the people that founded and like donated said, hey, look, we don't want this to be out no more because I'm sure they don't want it to mess up. So
they have over 600,000 maps that you can look at. The collections are absolutely wild. Yeah. There's some digital, some in person that you can look at. They even offer fellowships for students that are doing research and, dissertations and stuff like that. You can get a fellowship and get paid to actually do research there. And they divide their topics into sections. There's Chicago, there's religion, there's postcards. There's so many niche little.
It's sick. It's like really sick. Like this is gonna be
so cool.
This is gonna be a worm.
We were planning to be there for maybe like 20 to 30 minutes. We were there, I think, for 2-3 hours. Like we wormholed hard.
Yeah. I remember saying, "Oh, this is gonna be like a nice 20, 30 minutes."
And the only reason we left is because they close at 4, and it was like 3:50.
Yeah,
so we were like, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. But y'all, if you can, definitely.
Oh,
go check this out.
You know what else I just remembered? So one of the first people that were ever on the board of the library, his great grandson gives tours in the library.
Oh yeah.
Like what are you talking? Yeah. And their gift shop is really cool. They have a ton of puzzles, a ton of books, some notebooks. The person that checked us out was literally like the nicest person.
Dope. They got dope books there too.
Really cool things.
Like good, like all kind of ethnicities. So like it's not like just one demographic of books, man. No, you can do research on anything.
Literally anything.
Man, so y'all go check that out, man. And
it's another free city resource.
And Washington Square Park is right across the street.
Gorgeous.
Honestly, I've never been to Washington Square. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've never been there. Yeah. We've driven by it many times. Actually, I think I parked in front of it. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, but I've never been in that park and
the fall vibes right there are like going crazy, so it's a perfect spot.
Y'all see your boy getting cozy. Y'all see me getting cozy. It's fantastic. Absolute dope vibe over there. Check it out, man. Like wintertime coming up. This is some fun things to do indoors. You know what I mean? Like so. And if you want to research and know some stuff, man, look.
So dope.
Why not?
Why not get another library card?
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm hungry.
Let's go eat.
Let's go eat, y'all. We'll be right back. Hope y'all enjoyed that.
All right, we are back.
Hey.
And let's talk about some food.
Yeah.
We trekked to the other side of town.
Trekked.
We are in Humble Park.
Yeah.
At Paseo Boricua, which, if you don't know, is what's that street? Division.
Division. Yep.
And it is, it's sandwiched between the two huge Puerto Rican flags. That's the area we were in. You good there, boss?
Man. Wait a minute, check mine.
So we checked out La Sandwichera, which means the sandwicher. I don't know what it means. I'm assuming that's what it means, like the maker of sandwiches. Perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, right. And it is 2721 West Division. It is like it sounds. They make sandwiches, and the menu is like nice and concise, which
yes,
great.
Yes.
I don't get option fatigue.
Right. I mean, because that is the thing.
It's hard when there's so many options. I'm like, I don't know what
they got some hitters on there though.
Hitters, okay. Hitters.
Yeah.
So they basically, I think they have maybe 9 sandwiches on the whole menu. Yeah. I would say the place is super cute. It's family owned. They have a nice patio outside. They actually have a full bar. I'm not sure what time they start serving. We were there pretty early on in the day. But yes, there's a full bar. And the people that work there are incredible. It's like his aunt, the owner's aunt and mom were working there. It was really,
and they were dope.
It was packed. Yeah. Like people were in and out all day.
Yeah, for real.
It was really, really
People that worked and just had to go back, get back to work and on lunch, and man, it was just dope to see that.
It was,
and they were moving.
And I believe they were. They've been around for a while, but I believe this ownership is new. So the current owners have only been there for, I want to say, about a year.
Okay.
Before that, I think they were owned by someone else. So I don't know how much I don't believe the menu has changed. I looked up the old menu. It looks very similar. But Yeah. Let's talk about what we ate. So I had the roast pastrami. Pastrami. And I didn't add anything to it. You can add things like bacon or cheese or extra meat or pickles, whatever. I think I stole Daria's hot giardiniera. But the sandwich is hefty, and all of them are hot sandwiches, so they're like pressed sandwiches. And it was so good.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Nice size.
Decent size.
Yes.
Packed with meat.
For like $7.
$7,
y'all. And this sandwich slaps. This is going to be,
it was so good.
Regular rotation.
Yeah.
This is we let you know right now. This is regular rotation food. Like, at least twice a month.
Yeah, it was so good.
Like, it's that good.
It was
that pastrami was some of the best.
It was tender.
Yeah.
You don't have to like tug at it.
Yeah, it didn't. And it wasn't too hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was just hard enough.
Yeah, balls. Get the job done.
Yeah.
You know.
Just, in and out.
Dang.
No tugging.
Damn, no tugging. Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, but it was
really, really.
It was. I mean, that was some of the best pastrami that we had.
Yeah.
And the sauces on it. I mean,
it was just really good. The cheese was the right amount of cheese. It wasn't like too much cheese the meat to cheese to bread ratio was perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get too much bread, you get
Way
too much meat or
bread.
Too much cheese, and you just can't. But together,
this was really
perfection. Good. You had the chicken.
Yes, and I modified this bad boy.
You did.
Because you get the chicken sandwich, and I'm sure the chicken sandwich alone is good.
Yeah.
But your boy added bacon to it and giardiniera. Bacon is like $2.50. The giardiniera was like 79 cents, under $1 to add.
Yep, 75 cents.
I added that $3 to the total, so my thing came about to 10. But you talk about a club sandwich going crazy.
It's definitely a panini, but
I mean, had the club sandwich vibes.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like with the chicken and the bacon.
Yeah.
Man.
And everything came with like lettuce, mayo, tomato. That's the base. And yeah.
That was so good. Ooh.
It was really, really good.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. And you know what? It came out fast too.
Super fast.
And like, it's slices of chicken cut up and all the meat is excuse me.
Jesus Christ.
Man, what is going on?
I don't even
know. The
know.
meat is sliced thin and decent.
Yep.
I mean, it is just absolutely like perfection.
Yeah. So these are the sandwiches. All these sandwiches I'm about to say are $6.99. So ham, pastrami, roast beef, turkey, salami, chicken, Spam, BLT, and then they have the egg and cheese is $5.99, and the pizza sandwich is $5.99, and their grilled cheese is $3.49. They also have I forgot what it's called, but it's like a cool, like a combo sandwich, and it's roast beef and pastrami together. And it has like avocado, lettuce, tomato, the secret sauce, cheese, like everything. And I can't wait to come back. And with chips, that one is $10, and that's their biggest sandwich.
Yes.
So when I tell you these prices you cannot beat them.
Yeah, you can't beat these prices. I mean, it was very good.
Yeah.
Honestly, and the staff was just incredibly nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
They like sat there and talked to us.
Yeah.
And then they gave us a free dessert.
Yeah.
Which is quesito.
That thing smacked.
Yeah, it was really good. It's like a puff pastry stuffed with cream cheese kind of thing. Maybe I'm describing it wrong. And then it has like a sugar on top.
Yes.
It was
so good. So good. Y'all, if you're out there, check out the Walk of Fame out there.
Yeah. Right.
So,
yep. So up and down between the flags, on pretty much every other corner or something like that, there's these metal medallions in the ground that are similar to the Walk of Fame in Bronzeville that we talked about.
Yep.
But these are round and they're fewer. I think Bronzeville has like 90 something.
91.
And there's only 12 of them, but they're still really cool. They are commemorating. They're commemorating Puerto Rican individuals that are significant to the community. And so it's so cool to go and check them out. There's so much to do in that area. I know right now the weather is probably getting cooler, so you're less likely to go like have a picnic in the park. But I can't wait for it to be warm for me to take these sandwiches and head to the park.
Yeah.
Because that is such a cute, like the sandwiches are so, and most people were taking them to go. Like we were one of the few that ate
I need that bad boy warm though.
I know.
Like that, after, that's one of those foods where you have it the first time and you like, man, I wish I could redo something for the first time.
I know. I wish I could forget the flavor and
redo
it again.
And redo it again.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good.
It was really good.
Y'all got to check it out.
Yeah, you have to. Go support them and check them out. We had a great time. And
that was kind of short.
I mean, short and sweet, just like it's a sandwich. You know what I mean? Right. There's not much to. Right. It was good.
Right.
Go eat it.
What else y'all want to talk about?
I think you're ready to get back to your video game.
Hey, look. Spider-Man calling your boy.
The history portion was a little bit longer today. I talked a ton about the library, so that's all right. That's right.
Little doggy here is looking so cute at us.
Yeah.
Campbell, you ready to go?
He's like, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, he said it is bedtime. Campbell's bedtime. Yeah, our dog's bedtime is 8:30, y'all.
Yeah, and he starts barking if we're not in bed.
He looking at me like, damn, you telling all those people on your little microphone about me.
He's like, do they even listen to you?
Yeah, damn, Campbell, we somebody out here. Don't do that to us.
Yeah.
That's why you got dog food.
Damn. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode,
all right.
Please share it with someone you love. That is the best way to support us. It is the best way for us to keep doing what we're doing. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming back in another week. I'm not even going to say if you don't enjoy this episode because this was a good one and I loved it.
Yeah, we know y'all like this.
I rebuke your negative energy.
Damn.
Okay. You know what? Go fuck yourself while you're at it.
Matter of fact,
if you listen this far and you hate it,
damn,
that's on you.
Yeah, that is. But eat that sandwich though.
Tug on that meat. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope you enjoyed that. Please follow us on all social media at 77 Flavors Shy. And if you have any ideas and things you want to learn about, please email us at media@77flavorsshy.com.
Yeah, and if you could, also head on over to our YouTube channel, same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, and give us a follow, give us a like, and give us a good rating there. Make some comments. Go ahead and subscribe. We love y'all. See you next week.